The Bureau of Customs raises a total of 38.2 million pesos from a public auction of the Discaya couple's luxury cars. 3 of 7 luxury vehicles seized from the contractor couple Curly and Sarah Discaya were successfully sold on Thursday, November 20. Simplex Industrial Corporation, represented by Danny Paz, won 2 Mercedes-Benz units. One was sold for 15.5 million pesos and another for 15.6 million pesos. Meanwhile, Lesentral Jewelries acquired a Lincoln Navigator for 7.1 million pesos. BOC Commissioner Ariel Nepomuceno says the proceeds will be deposited into the BOC's forfeiture fund and subsequently remitted in full to the Bureau of the Treasury.
Pag nanalo sa auction, magbabayad ka kagad eh. And then, ang Bureau of Customs, i-remit namin yan sa Bureau of Treasury. Hindi yan maiiwan sa BOC. So pag yan na sa Bureau of Treasury na, magagamit na yan sa mga programa para sa ating mga kababayan.
Customs spokesperson lawyer Chris Bendijo says the remaining 4 vehicles which did not receive winning bids will be rescheduled for auction.
There were 2 bidders that were not able to make it. No? We had to be very strict about the rules, no? Regarding the deadlines, submission of the documents. We had to be very strict about it kasi nga sabi ni Commissioner Ariel Nepomuceno, not a hint of doubt as to this process, no? Talagang full integrity tayo dito, full transparency. What will happen moving forward? Those vehicles which were subject of a failed bidding, the committee will reconvene. We will recompute the figures, the floor price.
The Discayas filed a voluntary forfeiture for 7 of the 13 vehicles under BOC custody, effectively waiving ownership and agreeing not to contest the seizure. Bendijo previously said the 7 units were found to have no records of import entry or certificates of payment. The Discaya couple has come under fire for owning construction firms allegedly linked to corruption in flood control projects nationwide. 2 of their companies were among the top 15 contractors that received the bulk of such contracts across the country. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says she stood by her earlier announcement that former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin resigned out of Delicadeza. In a briefing on Thursday, November 20, Castro was asked to explain the true nature of Bersamin's supposed resignation after he said he did not voluntarily quit and was instead merely informed that he had to exit his post. Bersamin's clarification contradicts Castro's announcement Monday, November 17, saying that he stepped down from his position of his own accord. During Thursday's briefing, Castro says her announcement only reflected the official statement of Malacanang.
Ang pina-announce po sa atin ay galing sa palasyo at kung ano po naramdaman ni ES Bersamin, yun din po na ginagalang po natin ang kanyang nararamdaman. At kung ano po ang sinabi lamang po ng palasyo, yun lamang po ang ating in-announce.
Castro then reads a palace statement in response to Bersamin's remarks.
The palace acknowledges former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin's clarification regarding the manner of his transition. As he himself stated in his interview, he submitted himself to the President's discretion and prerogative as part of the ongoing reorganization. The palace announcement was issued in line with this understanding and with due regard for stability and continuity in governance. At nagkausap naman po sila ng Pangulo face-to-face at let us just leave it at that.
In a phone interview with reporters Wednesday, November 19, Bersamin said a very close friend called him early Monday to inform him that he had to leave his post. He declined to identify the person. However, that Monday afternoon, Castro announced that Bersamin, along with Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman, had voluntarily resigned out of Delicadeza amid the ongoing corruption investigation involving the government. Bersamin disputed this but noted that the palace may have had its reasons for these remarks. During Thursday's briefing, Castro says she does not know who contacted Bersamin. Bersamin has been linked to supposedly irregular budget insertions and kickbacks from infrastructure projects. He has denied the allegations. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says President Bongbong Marcos has no role in any change of leadership in the House of Representatives. These remarks come in response to rumors of a possible change in speakership in the lower chamber, just 3 months after House Speaker Bojo D was elected to the position. In a briefing on Thursday, November 20, Castro says Marcos has no hand in selecting leaders in Congress.
Ang pagpili po kasi ng liderato ng Kongreso ay wala naman po sa kamay ng Pangulo. Kung ano po ang kanilang magiging desisyon dyan, kung ano ang kanilang pagiging pagpapatakbo dyan, hindi po yan saklaw ng Pangulo. So, nasa kanila po yan kung ano po yung nais nilang gawin sa House of Representatives.
Marcos's cousin, former House Speaker Martin Romualdez, previously stepped down from his position after he was dragged into the flood control issue. Romualdez said he resigned to supposedly allow the Independent Commission for Infrastructure investigation to proceed unhampered. According to contractor couple Curly and Sara Discaya, Romualdez is allegedly one of the lawmakers who received kickbacks from the projects. Romualdez called the Discaya couple's claim false, malicious, and nothing more than name-dropping. Senators Risa Hontiveros and Gatchalian say justice has been served with the conviction of former Banban Tarlac Mayor Alice Go, also known as Go Waping. Go was sentenced to life imprisonment after being found guilty of qualified trafficking over the alleged criminal activities discovered in an illegal Philippine offshore gaming operator hub in Banban. In a statement Thursday, November 20, Hontiveros says Go's conviction is considered a victory against corruption, human trafficking, cybercrime, and many other transnational crimes. Hontiveros says the Senate investigation into Pogos delivered unprecedented results. She says the probe helped secure a presidential executive order banning Pogos, provided evidence towards a guilty verdict, and contributed in the passage of the Anti-Pogo Law of 2025. Hontiveros led the Senate inquiry into Pogos as chair of the Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality. For Gatchalian, the conviction is considered a big win for the Filipino people as well as foreign nationals who were victims of various criminal activities perpetrated by Pogos. He says he hopes this verdict will further strengthen the country's laws against Pogos, as well as the campaign to fully hold accountable the remaining Pogos and other online scams in the country. The case against Go stemmed from a complaint filed by the Philippine National Police and the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission following a raid last year on a Pogo operated by Zone Yuan Technology. The Pogo was located on a property owned by Baofu Land Development Incorporated. Go was implicated through her leasing company Baofu, which rented out spaces to Zone Yuan.